Wuthering Waves was launched on May 22, and even though I could only play it on May 23 because of the time locations, I've been playing this game ever since its first day, since I was not sure if I wanted to produce content for it. In this video, I will talk about my opinion on the game, covering a lot of good things and also bad things. Just before the video starts, I want to remind you all to leave a like and sub to the channel. 93% of you are not subscribed, so if you like Genshin, Honkai Star Rail and maybe Wuthering Waves content, consider joining this community and helping me grow. We have a video every Wednesday and Saturday, so it's always a pleasure to have your company on them. All my links are in the description, and for those who want to support me even more, you can always become a member. Without any furthers, let's now start with the video.
Zapstrain, it's our curtain call.
I'm the type of gacha player that plays the game mostly for its story. I enjoy paying attention to details and get to know more about all the characters I will encounter on my adventure. As the moment I'm recording this video, I've done everything that you can possibly do related to the main story. And I have to say, if you like a good story, and if you have the dedication and time to pay attention and read everything, this game is stacked with content for you. I remember seeing people on the first week complaining about the game story, but let's be honest, we didn't start Genshin knowing what or who were the Archons, and for sure we didn't start Honkai Star Rail knowing what was a Stellaron, who were the Stellaron Hunters, and who were the Aeons. So, I do believe the story is amazing for what we have seen, and it's worth seeing if you are into that stuff. And, I have to say, the final act of the main quest was a divine piece in my opinion. Wuthering Waves combat and movement is something I needed and I never realized I needed. In fact, I got so used to this combat style of dodging and parrying that sometimes I find myself trying to do the same in Genshin Impact, for example. But this happens because it's really satisfying on the game. If you are a newer player and you are not used to more skilled games, maybe you will have a hard time with the combat of this game. But I must admit, it feels amazing to parry and counterattack an enemy while you are doing all the quick swapping stuff. And if you like a game with a good combat style, you will for sure enjoy its combat like I do. Moving out to its world building and exploration. Wuthering Waves world is pretty good to explore. You have a lot of puzzles to do, and the game actually helps you if you wish to complete 100% of the exploration. You can see the exact percentage of what you are missing, and the game offers you really useful gadgets such as a chest finder relatively easy and quick on your playthrough. And how I cannot talk about the immense ways you have to travel in this world. Here, you can sprint without using stamina. You can run walls to make it faster than slowly climbing it, and you can use specific Resonator's abilities, the grapple, and you can even use echoes for mobilities if they have that special feature. I can say for sure that Wuthering Waves is not only combat, you have super fun mechanics and exploration, where you will find yourself addicted if you really engage with the game.
Be right back.
I already briefly mentioned them, so now it's time to talk about echoes. Echoes are the Wuthering Waves equivalent to artifacts and relics from both Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. But Kuro Games decided they wanted something new on the gacha genre, and they implemented a mechanic similar to Pokemon. You can gain echoes by simply killing enemies in the overworld, and every time you kill an enemy, they have a chance to drop their echo, which will allow you to equip on a character to improve its stats. But one of the most different aspects of this game is that each echo has a different ability if you summon them on the field. Some do damage, others heal, some catch ores, and some help you travel throughout the open world easily. If you are a Pokemon fan like me, you will like this for sure. And just like on Pokemon, some echoes on this game have a shiny version that is super rare to obtain and just changes the visual of your echo, so good luck for all the shiny hunters out there like myself. As the moment I'm recording this video, I am level 38 on the game, almost 39. I haven't used a single refresh on my energy and I have reached the end game of this game. I log in, I do my dailies, I use my energy and I log out. I finished my Illusion Realm already and my last run is actually what is being playing on the background of this video. I could try to complete my 30 stars on Tower of Adversity or finish my hologram fights, but I'm focusing my time mostly on farming echoes and leveling up materials for my 3 teams. Because yes, on this game, if you want to complete the endgame in its totality, you will need to have 3 teams. And I know they addressed this already, but for the point I'm in at the moment, it's really hard to find experience to upgrade my echoes. And since I touched the echoes problem, it's also hard to get a good echo that has the elemental damage % you are looking for. Once again, finding the right echo is something only grind and luck can solve. and I know they already announced changes for Echoes XP, so even though they are my only problems right now on the endgame, my experience has been pretty good overall.
Resistance is futile.
I know it seemed this video was sponsored by Kuro games, thanks to the amount of good things I'm saying about the game, but it's fair to also mention the bad apples of this game, if you guys get me. The first topic I want to touch is on the voice acting of this game. Personally, I don't play any gacha game in Chinese or Japanese if I do the option to play them in English. Like I said, I'm the type of player who pays attention to the story, and I just like to put my dialogues on auto and be watching it like if I was watching a movie. Due to these reasons, if I do have to look away to focus on something else, having it in English makes it easier for me to understand the story even without looking at the screen. And unfortunately, the English dub of this game is not the best one. In my opinion, at least for now, only Jian, Mortefi, Scar and Inly voices are good. And I want to explain that I'm not attacking any of the VA's capabilities. I do believe their voices have potential, but I think they should put more emotion into them. I bet most Wuthering Waves players saw that meme of Scar and Rover talking and saw the difference on the emotion each VA provided.
You will not escape.
What a shame I can't stay and play with you a bit longer. Till we meet again, dear friends.
You're not going anywhere.
Another problem I faced on the game was related to performance issues. My PC has already 3 years, but I'm able to run every game I want on medium or high settings depending on the game. And unfortunately with Wuthering Waves, I have to play it on medium and sometimes on low because the game gets massive FPS drops in random moments, especially around the main city. Another thing that has been very frequent on this game are the translation issues. It started with Jian Weapon having a long translation on Japanese language, and more frequent on Yenlin Weapon and the new event on the English version. And for last, the other problem I have encountered was taking me exactly 17 pulls to guarantee a 4-star item. I know it's kinda ironic complaining about this when I got GN with 7 pity, but the thing is, at least for now, as far as I'm aware, I was the only player that have encountered this problem. And I contacted the support back in the time this happened, but unfortunately I don't have an answer on what happened. Maybe the 4-star PT resets when you get a 5-star on this game, or maybe it was really a bug. I guess we will never know, but it's good for you to leave your comment down below if you experienced something similar, or if you know someone who did. Now that I talked about the last good things about this game, I do have to talk about the support Kuro Games has been giving to all of us. Now it's getting more and more controlled as time goes by, but I remember that during the first 1 or 2 weeks, Kuro Games was providing updates every single time I opened the game. And as someone who studied programming for 3 years and programmed their small indie game, I know it's not easy to solve a lot of bugs and problems, especially as quick as they did, and I have no doubt their workers were making some extra hours every day. Not only that, they were super generous with the compensation rewards for all the bugs on the launch, even allowing a completely new F2P player to start the game with basically 3 guaranteed 5 stars from the standard banner. This gives a lot of recognition towards Kuro Games because it proves they are always listening, and it rewards us players because we see that they really want to catch our attention and will listen to us. But don't worry, I know it's all from a marketing perspective, they are just listening to us because we are the reason they can provide food for their families, but that's how business works. The customer is always right because it's thanks to them that we can have our salary.
Silence!
We finally reached the last topic I want to talk about, which is regarding either if I'm going to cover the game on my channel or not. This is something I've been thinking about ever since I started playing the game, because it's clearly a game I fell in love with, and I would love to help this community with my guides, just like I do with the other 2 games I cover on my channel. So, I'm happy to announce that I will be for sure covering this game, I just don't know how I will do it just yet. At the moment, I'm keeping up with a limit of 2 uploads per week, because I find this is the way I can consistently provide content for you all, while also having time for my in real life job and my other duties. But now that I will try to squeeze Wuthering Waves in the mix, I need to think a way of doing that. So, I would like to know everyone's opinion. Would you prefer a limit of 3 uploads per week, with a chance of me failing one of those uploads per week sometimes, or stick with the guaranteed limit of 2 uploads per week, where I cover each game alongside their patch releases? Thank you so much for staying until the end. I would like to know your feedback on the comments about your opinions on Wuthering Waves and your feedback about my uploads frequency. If you like my content, don't forget to leave your sub and to like this video, especially if you are new to the channel and want to see more Wuthering Waves content. Your support is amazing, and I'm so happy to have you from that side. 90% of you are not subscribed, so don't forget to change that. A special thanks to my members for trying to support me even more, and thank you so much for staying until the end. See you on the next one, stay safe, and have an amazing day.